What makes a great anime protagonist? Is it strength? Is it charisma? Or is it something far deeper? An ability to inspire, to change, to embody an idea bigger than themselves. For decades, fans have debated this question with so many legendary names like Goku, Naruto, Ichigo, and countless others. The title of the greatest protagonist is almost impossible to crown. Each has defined an era to an extent. Each has inspired millions. But again and again, one name rises to the top of the conversation: Monkey D. Luffy. At first glance, Luffy doesn't look like the greatest hero ever written. He's goofy, reckless, simple-minded, and far more interested in eating meat than shaping history. Yet behind that carefree grin is something remarkable. A philosophy that has carried him through impossible odds, and a dream that speaks to people all over the world. In this video, we're going to investigate the ideology, the bonds, and the legacy of Monkey D. Luffy, and ask the question: could he truly be the greatest anime protagonist of all time?
俺はモンキー D ルフィ、お前らを超えて海賊王になる男だ。
When you first meet Luffy, nothing about him screams greatest hero. He isn't a genius tactician like Lelouch or Light. He isn't a tragic prodigy like Sasuke. He isn't even the strongest in his own world, not at the beginning and not for most of his journey. Luffy is, by all appearances, painfully simple. He blurts out whatever he's thinking, gets distracted at the worst possible times, and has no real interest in strategy or politics. He doesn't plot, he doesn't scheme, he just charges forward. To outsiders, it looks like reckless stupidity. To his enemies, it looks like childish naivety. And yet, that simplicity hides something profound. Because in shonen anime, we're used to protagonists who are weighted down by destiny. Goku is the Saiyan savior. Naruto is the child of prophecy. Ichigo is chosen by fate. But Luffy, none of those things. He wasn't born with a divine lineage. He wasn't destined to save the world. He simply decided that he would become king of the pirates. And nothing, not poverty, not weakness, not the world government itself, would take that away from him. And that's where his greatness begins to show. Luffy is relatable not because he's destined, but because he is ordinary. He doesn't win because fate said he would. He wins because he refuses to stop moving forward. His strength isn't born from bloodlines or prophecies. It's born from his conviction, his kindness, and his ability to see worth in people who the world has cast aside. In that way, his simplicity is deceptive. It isn't stupidity, it's clarity. While others are crushed by the weight of their roles, Luffy cuts through the noise with a single belief: that freedom, laughter, and dreams are worth everything. That's why, against all odds, this unlikely hero has become one of the most inspiring protagonists ever written. If there is one word that defines Monkey D. Luffy, it isn't power or justice, or even adventure. It's freedom. From the moment he set sail, Luffy has lived by a philosophy that is as simple as it is radical: to live without chains, and to let others do the same. This obsession with freedom might seem childish at first. He wants to sail the seas, eat meat, and have fun with his friends. But when you look deeper, Luffy's ideology is what makes him unlike any other shonen hero. Goku seeks stronger opponents. Naruto seeks recognition and peace. Ichigo seeks balance between worlds. Luffy, he seeks nothing but freedom. And in doing so, he grants freedom to everyone around him. We see this philosophy time and again. In Along Park, he doesn't just defeat a tyrant, he frees Nami from years of suffering. In Skypiea, he doesn't just fight an L, he rings the bell that frees an entire people from doubt and lies. In Enies Lobby, His declaration of war against the world government isn't just political. It's about liberating Robin from her chains, both literal and emotional. To Luffy, freedom isn't a privilege. It's a birthright. He never seeks to control others. He never imposes his will. Instead, he inspires people to choose their own dreams. Whether it's a cook finding the all blue, a swordsman becoming the world's greatest, or a musician who simply wants to see Laboon again. And that's what makes him dangerous to those in power. The world government fears him not because of his strength, but because his ideology spreads like fire. A boy who inspires freedom is harder to kill than any weapon. His greatness isn't that he's free, it's that he frees others. And in the world of One Piece, that's the most powerful ideology of all. If freedom is Luffy's ideology, then connection is his power. Unlike many anime protagonists who sometimes stand apart from others, Luffy's strength is inseparable from the bonds he forms. He doesn't just gather a crew, he builds a family. From the very beginning, the people who join Luffy do so not out of obligation, but because he inspires them. Zoro, the lone swordman, with nothing but a dream, finds a captain worth following. Nami, trapped in debt and despair, finds someone who tears down the walls of a prison. Sanji, bound to a life of servitude, finds someone who values his dream above his chains. Every member of the Straw Hat crew is someone Luffy freed, not just with his fists, but with his faith in them. And it doesn't stop with his crew. Luffy has a way of turning enemies, allies, and strangers alike into people willing to risk everything for him. In Alabasta, Vivi trusts him with her kingdom. In Water 7, Frankie, once an enemy, becomes family. In Impel Down and Marineford, his desperation to save Ace rallies some of the most dangerous men alive to fight by his side. This is what makes Luffy unique. His power is not measured by his devil fruit alone, but the lives he touches. Where sometimes other heroes stand above their comrades, Luffy stands among them, lifting them up. His victories are never his alone. They are shared, multiplied, and magnified by those who believe in him. In the end, Luffy's true power isn't strength or strategy, it's connection. The ability to inspire loyalty, to turn strangers into allies, and to create a world where no one chases their dream alone. Every era of anime has its defining protagonist. Goku gave us the joy of limitless strength, the thrill of pushing past every barrier. Naruto showed us the resilience of the outcast, the power of never giving up even when the world rejects you. Ichigo represented the struggle of the reluctant hero, someone forced into a battle he never asked for, yet carrying it with dignity. But Luffy is different. He doesn't chase strength for his own sake, nor does he fight because destiny chose him. His journey is entirely self-made. He isn't the child of prophecy or a savior sent by fate. He is a boy who simply decided to dream. And that decision, reckless as it may seem, has built one of the greatest legacies in anime. What makes Luffy so endearing is the way he redefines what a hero looks like. Heroes are often solitary, weighted down by tragedy or fate. Luffy is the opposite, joyful, silly, and unburdened. He reminds us that greatness doesn't have to be grim. It can be full of laughter, absurdity, and optimism. His battles are fierce, his losses are heartbreaking, but at his core, he never loses that childlike smile. And that's what makes people believe in him. Even within the story of One Piece, Luffy is becoming legend. His name spreads across seas, whispered by commoners, feared by the world government, admired by pirates. In our world, he stands as the face of an era, an icon who proves that simplicity, freedom, and connection can shape an epic as vast as any prophecy.
いやセカンドいや サードキアコース
I call this form Tank Man! Stop merging!
スネークマン
So I pose the question again. What makes a great anime protagonist? Well, for Monkey D. Luffy, it's the idea of freedom. His simplicity is not weakness, it's clarity. His laughter is not foolishness, it is resilience. His reckless charges into danger aren't thoughtless. They are acts of faith in himself and in the people who follow him. Luffy doesn't fight because destiny tells him to do so. He fights because he chooses to. And in that choice, he inspires others to believe in their own dreams. Think of the people he has freed: Nami, Robin, Vivi, Law. Each of them carries forward a piece of his ideology, and that ripple effect is what makes him unforgettable. Does that make him the greatest protagonist of all time? Maybe. For some, absolutely. For others, that title belongs to a different hero. But what cannot be denied is that Monkey D. Luffy stands among the very best, an icon whose story has redefined what it means to chase a dream. And so, the question remains, who truly is the greatest anime protagonist of all time? That's a debate far from over, but Luffy has certainly earned his place in the conversation.